Hey everybody, welcome back to Kent's Cooking. It's Alan here. It's been a while and I'm going to demonstrate today how to make this chocolate cherry cola cake, and it's going to have marshmallow heart frosting. It's going to be perfect for Valentine's Day or a Valentine's Day dinner if you're having several people over, and it's quite an easy dessert cake to make. I just want to give a quick shout out to my YouTube friends Cricket, Linda, Ellen, Betty and anybody else who supported me over the years. I love all of your videos and I hope you enjoy this one. Let's get started. So you're going to need to have preheated your oven to 350 in American oven measurements, or 160 Celsius in UK measurements, and you're going to need a bowl and a whisk, or you could use an electric mixer. My electric mixer is broken at the moment, so I'm going to do this by hand. And you're going to need a 13 by 9 by 2 baking dish. I'm just using this casserole dish which you've sprayed with cooking oil spray, and I've used Fry Light, but just feel free to use the cooking oil spray that you have, or you could butter the dish as well just to make sure that the cake doesn't stick. You're going to need a cake mix, just a standard box cake mix. I always use these cake mixes because they're from Aldi and they actually work better than the Betty Crocker ones, I think. That's what's available here, and that they're cheaper as well. So you're going to need to use one standard box chocolate cake mix. You're going to need a 10-ounce jar of maraschino cherries, and I couldn't find maraschino cherries here in the UK, so I've used black cherries, a similar kind of weight. And you need to have chopped the cherries up and then reserved the juice from the jar as well, because you're going to need that too. You'll need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You'll need half a cup of vegetable oil, just flavourless vegetable oil, canola if you live in America. I've used sunflower oil. You're going to need 1 cup of cherry coke, and I've used the full sugar cherry coke. Don't get the cherry coke zero because I don't think it'll work. Use the full sugar. And you're going to put all of those ingredients, well, first of all the cake mix, the vanilla extract, the oil, the cherry coke and the reserved cherry juice into a bowl and mix it all up, and I'll bring you back in a minute when we've done that. I'd forget my head if it was loose. You need 3 large eggs as well, which go into your cake. So 3 large room temperature eggs, and they go into the mixture too. When you've got that all mixed together, you need to fold in your cherries then, and then pour it into your baking dish. It probably would work better with an electric mixer this than the whisk, but hey ho, we'll see how it works out. Into the oven we go for about 35 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted in the centre comes out clean. Just a warning to any diabetics that are watching, this might seriously elevate your blood sugar levels. Just a note there for you. Okay, while the cake's cooking, I'm going to show you how to make the icing or the frosting. You're going to need 1/3 cup of butter that's at room temperature. You're going to need 1/4 cup of milk. You're going to need 4.5 cups of icing sugar or powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar. You're going to need a 7-ounce jar of marshmallow fluff or marshmallow cream. I found this in the UK at Asda today. They sometimes have it, it's the American brand. 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and you're going to need either 10 ounces of fresh cherries which you've cut up, or I'm going to use these Glace Cherries, which are just candied basically, and I've cut those up into halves and they get folded in at the end. I thought it was easier than using fresh. A bit of a cheat. So first of all, we will beat the butter in the bowl, preferably with an electric mixer, until it's nice and fluffy. And into the butter that you beat in the bowl, you need to add in 2.5 cups of the powdered sugar that you're going to sift into the bowl to make sure there's no lumps in it. So prepare for a powdered sugar cloud in a minute. Then put in your milk and your 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. All the measurements for this recipe will be down below in the information box. And then when you've done that, sift in your mixture, the milk and the vanilla extract in there. You need to sift in your other 2 cups of powdered sugar and get that incorporated. I actually added another 1/4 cup of milk to get it to this consistency, because when I just added the original amount and then the powdered sugar, it was like a stiff mixture. So I'll write up in the description box how I did it, the amounts. And now add in your marshmallow fluff and stir that round. That stuff is hard to get out of the tub. It was all stuck. So now I'm going to whisk that into this frosting. It turns out to be a beautiful consistency frosting with the marshmallow fluff in it. And I think it's the right consistency with adding in the extra milk. And now add in your cherries, like what I said I'd cut up earlier on, and just fold those in. Okay, the cake's out of the oven and it took 45 minutes in the end to cook. If you put a toothpick into the deepest part, it'll come out clean, so it's done. So I'll wait for this to cool completely and then we'll frost it, and we'll draw some hearts on it with these coloured writing icing pens that I found today. I'll show you how to do that when this is all cooled down. Okay, so when your cake is completely cooled, you can pour your frosting over the top of the cake. I did have the frosting in the fridge while the cake was cooling as well, so that would stiffen up a bit. And then you just take one of your pens or some coloured icing. I use these pens that I bought from Asda, and I cut the cake so that I know I apportioned the cake, and then on each portion I drew a heart on each portion, so when you serve it, every person's got a heart on the top of the cake. So I'll just see if I can get one of these pieces of cake out. It might really need to set up a little bit more, but we'll just see. Yes, it really does need to set up a little bit more yet before cutting it, because as you can see, the icing's running into the cake. But if you left it overnight in the fridge, I'm sure it'd be fine. I'm just going to get a spoon and then I'll give it a try. Okay, let's see. The chocolate cake is extremely moist with it having all the liquids in that it had, and with the icing and the cherries. Let's just see. Another mouthful, why not? It's a delicious cake, and it's one that I'm sure everybody will enjoy on Valentine's Day. Thank you for watching.